A woman who walks alone. Ladies and gentlemen, there comes a time in every woman's life when she must choose between the road laid out for her and the one she carves for herself. The woman who walks alone chooses the latter, not because it's easy, not because it's safe, but because it's hers. She is fierce, she is relentless, she is the storm and the calm after it. They told her to wait, to follow, to seek permission, but she chose to rise, to lead, to conquer. The world doubted her, because that's what the world does when a woman refuses to shrink, but she walked on. Through whispers of doubt, through storms of resistance, she walked, not to prove them wrong, but to prove herself right. Her dreams are not measured by the expectations of others, but by the fire in her soul. She does not wait for doors to open, she builds her own. She is not afraid to be the only woman in the room, the only voice that shakes the silence, the only force that refuses to be ignored. A woman who walks alone is not lonely, she is free. Free to dream, to fall, to rise, to rule. And in her courage, in her unshakable belief in herself, she lights the way for others to follow. To every woman standing at the edge of uncertainty, I say, walk. Walk boldly, walk fearlessly, walk alone if you must, because when you do, you won't just change your world, you will change the world. A woman who walks alone does not seek validation, she creates her own path. She understands that the journey to greatness is often a solitary one, paved with moments of doubt, fear, and resistance. Yet she embraces the solitude, knowing that true strength is not found in the approval of others, but in the unwavering belief in oneself. She does not measure her worth by the standards set for her. She defines her own. The world has always tried to fit women into molds, expecting them to be agreeable, to follow, to wait for permission. But she refuses. She knows that if she waits for the world's approval, she will be waiting forever. Instead, she steps forward, even when the path is unclear, even when she has to stand alone. She does not conform because she was never meant to. She understands that individuality is power, and power is intimidating to those who prefer women to be silent. They will call her difficult, rebellious, and even reckless. But she knows that every woman who has ever changed the world has been called those things. She wears their criticism like armor, unshaken, unmoved. She trusts her instincts, knowing that the loudest voices around her are not always the wisest, that the safest path is rarely the most rewarding, and that the only opinion that truly matters is her own. Walking alone is not about isolation, it is about independence. She has learned that her dreams cannot be dependent on the approval of society, on the expectations of family, or on the limitations imposed by others. She understands that standing out means standing alone sometimes, but she embraces that reality rather than fearing it. She is not lonely, she is focused. She is not lost, she is forging a way that has never been walked before. She does not shrink herself to fit into spaces that were never meant for her. She creates new spaces where she belongs completely, unapologetically, and powerfully. She dreams beyond limits and works relentlessly to make them a reality. She understands that ambition is not a dirty word, that wanting more does not make her ungrateful, and that reaching for greatness is not arrogance, it is her birthright. From an early age, she has been told to be careful, to be realistic, to know her place. But she refuses to let fear or doubt dictate the size of her aspirations. She knows that the world belongs to those who dare to claim it, to those who refuse to settle for mediocrity, and to those who have the courage to chase dreams that others believe are impossible. Every step she takes is driven by an unshakable hunger, not just for success, but for purpose, for impact, for a legacy that will outlive her. She does not dream small because she was never meant to live a small life. She does not confine herself to the limitations imposed by others because she knows that barriers are meant to be broken. She refuses to let anyone's doubts become her reality. She has seen how the world tries to shrink women's ambitions, how it rewards quietness over boldness, compliance over confidence, and she has decided that she will not play by those rules. She will not wait for opportunities to come to her, she will create them. She will not ask for permission to take up space, she will own every room she walks into. She knows that ambition comes with a price, The higher she climbs, the more resistance she faces. There are people who will question her motives, who will say she is too much, too driven, too focused, too intimidating. But she does not let their discomfort deter her. She knows that every successful woman before her has faced the same criticisms, the same whispers, the same attempts to pull her back down. She has learned to ignore the noise and stay focused on her vision. She does not seek validation from those who do not understand her journey. She does not need approval to know her worth. She works tirelessly, knowing that success is not handed to anyone. It is earned through late nights, early mornings, relentless effort, and an unbreakable will. She has learned that talent alone is not enough, that intelligence alone is not enough, that even passion alone is not enough. The world is full of talented people who never reach their potential, full of intelligent minds that never fulfill their purpose, full of passionate souls who give up too soon. What separates her is her resilience, her ability to keep pushing forward when everything tells her to stop, her refusal to quit when the road becomes difficult. There will be moments of failure, moments of doubt, moments where she wonders if she is on the right path. But she understands that failure is not the opposite of success, it is part of it. Every setback teaches her something, every rejection fuels her determination, every closed door pushes her to find another way in. She is not afraid of hard work because she knows that nothing worth having comes easily. She has trained herself to see obstacles as opportunities, to turn setbacks into comebacks, to transform every no into motivation to work harder. She surrounds herself with people who inspire her, who challenge her, who push her to be better. She knows that success is not a solo journey, that true power comes from building connections, from lifting others as she climbs, from creating a legacy that extends beyond her own achievements. She is not just working for herself, she is working to change the narrative, to show the next generation that there is no limit to what a woman can achieve. She knows that her success is not just hers alone. It is a statement, a movement, a revolution. She never stops learning, never stops evolving, never stops striving for more. She understands that the journey is never truly over, that every goal achieved is just another step towards something greater. She refuses to settle, refuses to become complacent, refuses to let success make her comfortable. She is always looking ahead, always pushing forward, always reaching for the next horizon. Because for her, ambition is not just about achieving goals. It is about becoming the best version of herself, about pushing past her own limits, about proving that there is no dream too big, no challenge too great, and no force stronger than a woman who refuses to give up. No matter the challenges, she carries herself with dignity and strength. She understands that life will throw obstacles her way, that success is never a straight path, and that every step forward comes with its own set of trials. Yet she does not let hardships define her. She does not crumble under pressure or allow the weight of expectations to break her spirit. She has learned that true power is not about never falling. It is about rising every time she does. She does not let failures become final, nor does she let criticism shake her belief in herself. She walks through storms with her head held high, knowing that resilience is her greatest weapon. She has been underestimated, overlooked, and doubted. She has heard the whispers, felt the skepticism, seen the disapproval in the eyes of those who do not believe in her. But she does not let their doubt become her reality. She knows who she is, and she knows what she is capable of. She refuses to let others define her worth or dictate her journey. She stands firm in the face of adversity, not because she has never been afraid, but because she has chosen to be stronger than her fears. She has faced moments of loneliness, moments of exhaustion, moments where she questioned if she had the strength to keep going. But in those moments, she found something deeper, an unshakable determination, a fire within her that refuses to be extinguished. She does not respond to negativity with anger or frustration. Instead, she lets her success speak for itself. She knows that true power is quiet, that confidence does not need to be loud, and that the strongest people do not waste energy proving themselves to those who will never see their worth. She understands that dignity is not about arrogance or pride, but about knowing when to walk away from things that do not serve her, when to stand up for herself, and when to remain silent because she knows her actions will say more than words ever could. She embraces grace under pressure. She does not let the weight of expectations suffocate her. nor does she allow the burdens of the world to crush her spirit. She knows that strength is not about never feeling weak, but about choosing to move forward despite the weight she carries. She refuses to let challenges make her bitter. Instead, they make her wiser. She learns from every setback, grows from every failure, and comes back stronger each time. She understands that life is unpredictable, that things do not always go as planned, but she adapts, she adjusts, and she continues moving forward. She is a woman who has faced judgment, criticism, and doubt, yet she does not allow any of it to define her. She chooses to define herself. She walks into every room with confidence, not because she has never struggled, but because she has conquered every battle thrown her way. She carries herself with a quiet power that demands respect, a presence that cannot be ignored, and a resilience that inspires those around her. She knows that true strength is not just about how much she can endure, but about how she carries herself through it all. She does not compare herself to others, nor does she allow competition to distract her from her purpose. She knows that her path is unique, that her journey cannot be measured against anyone else's, and that true success is not about being better than others, but about becoming the best version of herself. She lifts others up, recognizing that true strength is not about standing alone, but about standing together. She understands that real power is not about controlling others, but about mastering herself, her emotions, her reactions, and her mindset. She is not afraid to show vulnerability because she knows that strength and softness can coexist. She does not equate emotion with weakness, nor does she hide her struggles to appear invincible. She understands that resilience is not about pretending to be unbreakable, but about choosing to heal and grow every time life tries to break her. She does not apologize for her strength, nor does she shrink herself to make others comfortable. She knows that she was not meant to fit into the mold society has created for her. She was meant to break it. She refuses to dim her light to make others feel at ease, knowing that the world needs more women who are unapologetically themselves. She moves with purpose, speaks with conviction, and acts with integrity. She does not let success make her arrogant, nor does she let failure make her insecure. She remains grounded, knowing that the true measure of strength is not in how loudly one speaks, but in the impact they leave behind. She walks through life with a heart full of purpose and a soul that refuses to be confined by fear, knowing that no challenge is greater than the woman who refuses to be defeated. She refuses to be confined by expectations and redefines success on her terms. From the moment she steps into the world, she is told who she should be, how she should act, and what she should want. Society dictates the rules for her, setting boundaries that were never meant to be crossed. But she does not accept them. She does not fit into the mold that has been shaped for her, nor does she try to. She understands that true success is not about meeting the expectations of others, but about creating a life that is authentic, fulfilling, and entirely her own. She is not afraid to challenge traditions, to question norms, or to rewrite the narrative. She knows that the world was not built with her in mind, so she decides to rebuild it. She does not let the opinions of others determine her path. They say she should be softer, more agreeable, less ambitious, less bold. They tell her that success looks a certain way: a stable job, a predictable life, a quiet existence that does not disrupt the status quo. But she does not accept their version of success. She defines it for herself. For her, success is not about following a blueprint created by someone else. It is about designing a life that excites her, challenges her, and allows her to grow. She is not afraid to take risks, to step into the unknown, to chase dreams that others call unrealistic. She does not measure her worth by titles or achievements alone, but by the impact she creates, by the lives she touches, and by the sense of fulfillment that comes from knowing she is living her truth. She understands that breaking stereotypes is never easy. Every step she takes forward is met with resistance. There are those who doubt her, who question her abilities, who believe that she does not belong in certain spaces. She knows that women before her have been told the same things, that they were too fragile to lead, too emotional to make decisions, too inexperienced to succeed. But she carries their strength within her. She is the result of generations of women who refuse to be limited by the labels placed upon them. She knows that every time she breaks a barrier, she is not just doing it for herself. She is doing it for every girl who will come after her, for every woman who has been told she cannot, for every person who has ever felt trapped by expectations that were never meant to define them. She does not apologize for wanting more. She does not feel guilty for prioritizing her dreams, for putting herself first, for demanding the same opportunities and respect that others receive without question. She knows that being a woman in a world that was not designed for her success means constantly proving herself, constantly fighting for a seat at the table. But she does not just want a seat, she wants to build her own table. She does not want to simply be included in conversations, she wants to lead them. She does not settle for acceptance, she demands respect. She knows that success looks different for everyone, and she does not judge those who choose a different path. She celebrates women who build careers, who choose motherhood, who travel the world, who dedicate themselves to service, who embrace creativity, who forge their own unique journeys. She knows that real empowerment is not about forcing one definition of success onto others, but about ensuring that every woman has the freedom to choose her own path. She refuses to accept a world where women are forced to choose between ambition and family, between power and kindness, between strength and vulnerability. She knows that she can be all of those things because she already is. She does not allow herself to be placed into a single category. She is multifaceted, complex, and ever-evolving. She embraces the duality within her, the fire and the grace, the strength and the softness, the ambition and the peace. She understands that she does not have to conform to be taken seriously, that she does not have to suppress parts of herself to be respected. She stands in her power fully, without apology, without hesitation. She refuses to wait for permission to be great, because she knows that greatness is not given, it is taken, it is created, it is fought for. She does not wait for the world to change for her, she changes the world herself. Her journey inspires not just herself, but a whole generation to rise and lead. She does not walk this path only for her own success, nor does she chase dreams merely for personal fulfillment. She understands that everything she does carries a greater purpose, that every battle she fights, every wall she breaks, and every risk she takes creates a ripple effect. She is not just working toward her own future, she is shaping the future for others. She knows that true leadership is not about standing at the top alone. It is about lifting others along the way. She leads by example, showing through her actions that nothing is impossible, that no dream is too big, and that no woman should ever feel like she has to play small. She has walked through fire, faced moments of doubt, and overcome challenges that would have broken many. But instead of letting those hardships define her, she turns them into lessons, into wisdom, into strength that she shares with others. She speaks openly about the struggles she has faced, not to dwell on them, but to show others that they too can overcome. She is not afraid to show the truth behind success, the sleepless nights, the sacrifices, the moments of failure that no one sees. She does not hide behind a polished image. She embraces her flaws, her scars, and her imperfections because she knows that real inspiration does not come from perfection, it comes from authenticity. She refuses to be the only one in the room, the only one at the table, the only one given a chance. She knows that true progress is not about personal victories, it is about changing the system so that more people can succeed. She pushes boundaries not just for herself, but so that the women who come after her will not have to fight the same battles. She opens doors for others, challenges the status quo, and speaks up when silence is the easier choice. She understands that leadership is not just about individual power, it is about creating opportunities for others to rise. She does not believe in competition that is rooted in tearing others down. She knows that another woman's success does not diminish her own, that there is enough space for all to thrive, and that the true power of women lies in their unity. She supports, uplifts, and amplifies the voices of others because she understands that when one woman wins, it paves the way for many more to follow. She is not afraid to celebrate the achievements of others, knowing that true confidence is not about being the best, it is about helping others be their best too. She inspires people not just with her words, but with her actions. She does not wait for change to happen, she becomes the change. She does not simply talk about making an impact, she actively works toward it. She does not just dream about a better world, she helps create it. Her presence alone challenges outdated beliefs, and her resilience forces people to reconsider what they thought was possible. She shows young girls that they do not have to conform, that they do not have to fit into a predetermined mold, that they can be anything they want to be. She does not just tell them to dream, she shows them how to turn dreams into reality. She knows that leadership is not just about being seen, it is about making a difference. She is not interested in empty recognition or superficial success. She wants her work to matter, her journey to have meaning, her influence to extend beyond her own life. She strives to leave behind something greater than herself, to create a legacy that will continue long after she is gone. She does not seek power for the sake of power, she seeks it to create real, lasting change. She does not walk alone for the sake of standing apart. She does it so that others will have the courage to walk their own path, to embrace their own strength, to rise and lead in ways they never thought possible. She walks alone, not because she has to, but because she chooses to. She does not fear solitude, nor does she seek validation in the approval of others. She knows who she is, what she wants, and what she is capable of. She refuses to be confined by expectations, undeterred by doubt, and unmoved by resistance. She has walked through fire, faced storms, and stood tall in the face of adversity, not because she is immune to fear, but because she refuses to let it control her. She understands that the path to greatness is often lonely, that true success requires courage, and that the strongest people are not those who never fall, but those who rise every time they do. She is not waiting for a hero, nor is she waiting for permission to be one. She does not seek to be saved, she has learned to save herself. She does not measure her worth by the standards of a world that was not built for her success. She defines it on her own terms. She dreams boldly, works relentlessly, and moves with purpose. She does not let setbacks define her, nor does she allow failures to break her spirit. She knows that the only limits that exist are the ones she refuses to break. She is a force of nature, a revolution in motion. She carries the strength of generations before her and the hopes of generations to come. She does not just fight for herself, she fights for every woman who has been silenced, every girl who has been told she cannot, every soul who has been made to believe that they are not enough. She does not just rise, she lifts others with her. She does not just walk alone, she blazes a trail so that others may follow. She is not afraid to stand out, to stand tall, to stand firm. She embraces her power fully, unapologetically, and without hesitation. She does not shrink, she does not settle, she does not stop. She is limitless, she is unstoppable, she is the future. And though she walks alone, she is never truly alone, because every step she takes paves the way for those who will come after her.